because I want to see how this changes things for you, because it's changed things for me. This has really changed my whole approach in how I do business, and that's not being a hyperbole. I make different decisions now based on the information that I'm able to access, because that information is expanded exponentially. And whew, gotta get a breath. So we're going to move through the first part kind of fast because I want to get to the case study, because that's where you're really going to see what I did. So let's get moving. Here we go. We're going to dive in. And my name's Lynda Cathcart. I'm an artist, an AI artist, a filmmaker. I tend towards working with fashion or costuming and kind of mix what's going on currently with history. And it's just, I like to fool around with that, as well as adding some literature in there to see where things go. Um, I also had recently started my own film company. I had been to an event and it seemed like everybody else was doing it. So I started it, and it's called Curio AI Films. And it's short films right now, and I'm hoping to grow it into something that actually works with professionals who make those long films. So here's what we're going to do. Um, we're going to take a look at this for about 45 minutes. We're going to look at, you're going to change your mind about looking at this as not AI, but actually a creative partner. And the goal is to just demystify our AI agents. You're going to get to see it in action, Manus in action, and then I'm going to go ahead and keep the ball rolling, the momentum, so you guys can walk out and actually do something. That's the goal. And ask questions. If you have questions, I got to make sure I can uh, see the question part. Maybe Amanda, if you see some questions, would you just yell?
Yeah. I'll,
That'd be
I'll
great.
certainly keep an eye on that for you.
Okay. The best way for us to start is for me to get an idea of where we're starting. I'm assuming everybody has used Chat GBT or something of its ilk. Everybody? Good. Has anybody used an AI agent? You can just raise your hand. Good. Okay. Um, what I'd love to see is if you could just put one word down that's really your biggest challenge when it comes to your business. What's the thing that's the hardest for you to deal with? Now, Deanna gave us sales, other coders. Yeah, that's great. So here's what I want you to keep in mind. Oh, contest creation, pipeline sales, emails, all of that. Beautiful. Here's what I want you to keep in mind as we move through this. You'll be able to take that idea that you're dealing with, the problem you're dealing with, and then transform it into an opportunity. That's the goal. It's a challenge, and we're going to turn it into an opportunity. Keeping up with myself. I love that. Time, yes, time is always, it's not good to say the B word, but it is. Okay, here we go. Come on, big guy. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Um, I want to give you an analogy to start with that might help you understand the difference between Chat GPT and an agent. If you think the difference is like asking someone for directions versus hiring a professional driver. When you ask someone for directions, you still got to take the rest of the trip. When you hire somebody, you just sit back and let it go, and you end up in the place you want to be. Um, the other difference is with you get advice when you deal with chat GBT. And with agents, you actually go directly to the end. So you can take a look. Think of ChatGPT as a smart assistant that answers questions. You ask a question, it answers, and then you take that information and do whatever with it. An agent is slightly different because you request something and it does all the research, it plans, it creates, and it delivers. And so that's it. You walk away with this complete piece of work. Let's do this. Bob, please stop. The challenge for this is take a moment. You didn't become an artist to spend your days writing and administrative stuff and trying to find time to figure out where your company is going. Do you need to expand? Are you scaling? Do you want to scale? Is it the right time to scale? Is the economy going to keep going? All those questions, and you're just this artist whose skill set lends more towards the art side of your brain. Um, and it's very hard to move forward if you don't have some resources. And um, that's what the agent Manus does. Let's look at this. The time drains on you tend to be grant, if you do grant applications, proposals, oh, that's a big deal. Even applying for jobs, I use it to apply for jobs on LinkedIn and another group called Twine, financial planning, scaling, and marketing. And right now, what if you're spending 30% of your time actually being an artist and 70% of the time doing the rest of it, which kind of sucks. The opportunity in this is if you could flip it. You could actually get everything automated and organized so that you're actually creating 80% of the time, which is what I'd rather do. Um, that's where my heart is. So I want to show you with a real example. Originally, I was going to make up a human being and make up an example, but I think if you see what I did, it's a real life example and I can answer all the questions because I've lived through it. So this is going to be a case study. And I'm an artist and an animator. I teach and I create art for sale. I have an extensive portfolio. I write a blog and I have minimal media traction, which I am working on. Um, I don't have high class enrollment because I'm just getting started. So nobody knows about me. My background, what I want is my social media to get better. I think that's where the problem is. I need to make it more effective without a strategist or hiring a strategist or a manager because I don't have the cash to do it. So I need to find a way to move forward without a lot of cash going out the door. So what's wrong with my social media? It had been no strategic direction. I basically did reactive posting. I kept trying to hit it whenever I could, and it was fitting it in here and fitting it in there. I had all these images, and I wasn't showing anybody all the work I was doing. I had limited time. It feels like I'm running from one thing to the next, and then I don't have enough time to keep learning and growing, which is really important if you're in any part of the AI world. Um, I also felt like I was everywhere. I was trying to catch X, I was trying to catch um, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I didn't know if it was making any difference. It felt like it wasn't. And I wasn't being successful with promoting my class because it had just started. And I really didn't understand which platforms were going to attract the students that I wanted to work with and who wanted to work with me, or even people who are interested in the art that I make, because it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's a little different. So, steering my company has felt like free fall whenever I had to make a decision. Like I couldn't get all the information together. And when I made a decision, I felt like pieces were missing, especially right now with the economy in the United States. The decisions that we're making, the financial decisions are really sticky. Now, what I want you to do as we move forward, you're going to get to see the collaboration. Notice how we talk back and forth between Manus and me. And you can see how we support each other, and then he goes off and does his thing. I guess he's a he. Okay, here's my request. Can you help me set up a plan to use my current images, articles, videos, and animation to create social media daily? I use Canva, Kling, Midjourney, CapCut, YouTube, and my website to store all my work. And his response is, I'll help you create a comprehensive social media plan that leverages your existing content and tools, a strategy using that will organize my images so I know what I have, um, and a cohesive daily media schedule. So we're getting started here. This is sort of the request, and this is the first response. To create an effective social media plan for your daily content, I'd like to gather some specific information. And then there's the list that the agent already is thinking about the things that maybe I haven't been thinking about or I had thought about and I lost because it got lost in the other things I was doing. Particularly, what kind of art, what kind of animation, how frequently do you want to post? For me, the most important thing was how do I get the right people to see my work and see my social media posts? At this point, you can see Manus is already thinking strategically about the entire project. And this is where you start seeing the difference between a chatbot or chat GPT and a business partner. I came back with some more information. I need my social media to accomplish the following. And it just lists in my wildest dreams, what things should look like. And then the response is, I understand you need social media strategy. And here's a list of what he understands or Manus understands that I need. And I think I got halfway done and I had more information to share. So when we get this, and this is kind of where the magic starts happening. It sees some of the requirements to actually complete this process that I'd never even thought of. Um, do I have existing content? How is it organized? It can go out and take a look at my website. How many images, artworks do I currently have? I had no idea. Do I have teaching samples? Do I have testimonials? Okay. Now I've given the information to Manus, and we've gone over this one last time to make sure we're in agreement about what I want him to do. And I want him to fill my 3 micro courses. I want to have full courses every week. I want to showcase my work in animation for a professional show reel, which I haven't done yet. Support upcoming comprehensive course that I'm creating, build a partnership with platforms, CapCut, Canva, Kling, Luma. I would love to have a partnership so I'm not paying for them every month. Attract clients who need short films and sell my images as posters or frame pieces. I'll examine your website to better understand your current content and branding, then develop a comprehensive social media strategy that addresses all these goals. I'll create a plan that helps you repurpose your existing content effectively across all platforms. And this is where he is off to the races. What comes up is a page that looks like this, where Manus goes out into the world and starts doing research for me. And when the research comes back, I end up with, I'll show you what these look like. My complete information. I got a proposal, budget, I got a timeline, supporting documents. It's all organized, comprehensive, and strategic. It says here, I've developed a comprehensive social media strategy that will help you use your existing content. A detailed analysis. This is not even a whole, all of them that I've gotten from Manus. This is the first set of bits of information, which scared the hell out of me, to be quite honest. It was a lot. So that's when I went ahead and asked for, how do I even get started? Because it seems so overwhelming. So this is where the fun stuff is. I it went ahead and created, let me see if I can pull this up a different way. It created a piece for me that was actually a website. So I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see it. So I can keep it and go to it anytime and it's available. So let's see. Is that the one? Okay. Can you guys see my screen with getting started your first week social media content? Yes, good. Okay, cool. So if you take a look at this, this is actually, he created a website for me. It's within Manus, but the information is stored there. I can download it. It doesn't have to stay there, but it's kind of handy to have it in one place and know where to go. I have an overview. Let's see, come on, big guy. Okay, social media strategy executive summary. My overview. This just reiterates everything. And then the strategy components. What tools do I use? I wanted to use what I had thoroughly. I didn't want to go out and buy something else. So I had to take a look at what I have and make the most of it. This is kind of interesting. Target audience segments. 5 primary audience segments have been identified: aspiring AI artists and animators, those would be the students; professional creatives and small business owners, those would be the clients; film and entertainment, art collectors and enthusiasts; and then technology and AI platform companies. And then the content that they're recommending or he's recommending: art techniques, animation fundamentals, visual storytelling, AI for business and branding, art as a self-expression, and technology exploration, and creative community and mentorship. And then he actually went out and created a daily social media schedule and also a content workflow. So the comprehensive workflow integrates all tools into a weekly cycle. So on Sunday, I'd be planning and strategy. I'd be doing planning and strategy. Monday and Tuesday be creation, scheduling on Wednesday, engagement analysis on Thursday, Friday, and you can see why I wanted a breakdown that was easier. And then here's the inflammation. So if we take a look, let's see, this is the overview, the content analysis takes a look at what my work is now and how to position it. This is after going out and taking a look at everything that's out there. And then it does a tools analysis to tell me which ones are the best to use for certain things. And recommendations on ways that I could probably be more efficient and maybe take what I've already made and go further with it. So I want to show you, let's see.
Oh, while you're doing that, Linda, one question. Do you worry about Manus getting your intellectual property? Question by Kinga.
You
Has
know,
anyone looked into security concerns with Manus or any thoughts around that?
I haven't really dealt with any of that because I just felt like I'm at the beginning and I think I undervalue what I've made. So I haven't thought very much about that, which is it tells you you may be doing the same thing. We keep moving forward and getting better and learning more, and we always think we're at the beginning, and we probably should take care of ourselves this way. So that's a really good question, Kinga, and I'd love to know some answers about that. I don't know how Manus shares information. I can make it be private or it can be public, but let's see. Let me get over here to,
Yeah, I look at it from the input standpoint, people are pretty conscious of it with ChatGPT that the prompts, and I actually posted about it today, even like the prompts that we put in to ChatGPT, that's information and our intellect kind of going
yeah,
into it. That's the smart ways that we do things. So
you're right. You're absolutely right. I want to show you if I can find it here. Let's see. It's on my Google Drive. I wanted to show you all these wonderful things that it made for me. Here we go. I knew I had it. This is this is a breakdown of one of the templates for social media posting,
That's cool.
which is kind of handy. And then this is my daily social media schedule, recommendations. So I can organize like Instagram. I'm going to know that it's primarily artists, art collectors, the people that I want to reach are there. Those are the people, and what kind of focus I should make, and how often I should post. LinkedIn, professional creative film professionals, and you got TikTok. And this gives you an idea of who you want to reach, where, and then this almost speaks for itself. A weekly content distribution calendar. This created it just for me, like it created the content. And then what I do on that day, what kind of reel it needs to be, or what kind of information I need to put in, and what time to post it, which is pretty cool for each day. And this is just 1 week. Now, this can feel overwhelming. I personally didn't go, I haven't followed this yet because I'm trying to get my motor running and posting on a regular basis. But the whole goal of this is to post based on a plan, my pillars, and that's going to make a difference in people seeing my work and seeing my courses. So you can see this goes all the way through. And then we get to my course promotion, what I need to do 2 weeks before launch week, ongoing promotion, sales, print promotion, platform specific best practices based on each particular platform, batching strategies. I mean, he laid out everything that I needed really to know to be able, if I were to hire a social media strategist, this is what they would do if they were a good social media strategist. Now, the other part of this is that you still have to make this work, but I can share some information about that that's helped a lot for me in a minute. And then let's see what we got here. These these are all the documents that Manus created to help me be more successful with what my goal is. Additionally, I think I'd mentioned that I went ahead and asked for an easier way to do that. And it's been something that's been really helpful to me. The nice part is that it's all in one place and you can go to your webpage and take a look at it. And I actually did other things with this. Let's see.
It certainly gives you a lot of stuff, and it's very thorough, and I like that it gives the real thorough strategy and thoughts behind it, not just spits out a bunch of stuff, but it seems very thoughtful and in depth.
Yeah, it does. And you can always ask for less. I mean, you can ask it to do um, a more of a summary. But let me show you, let's go back to our Canva and I'll show you how this has helped me.
Yeah, and then so Manus isn't doing the scheduling for you, or can it do that? Or you using, obviously you just use Blotato or Buffer or
Yeah, that's what
Quizzes
I'm
Manager
using,
to schedule.
Potato. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's made it, the combination has made a huge difference. The amount of time I'm spending has gone down immensely. This is about how long it took for me to actually create this social media strategy using Manus. Took about 4 hours. Actually, it took less than 4 hours. And I have no idea what it would take for me to actually research all of this and make it for myself. My social media posts are more on point. They seem more professional because I actually understand what direction I'm going. I wanted to get off on the right foot. I think I mentioned this. I went ahead and made a beginner's guide, which was a huge help. And then you can see what's happened over the last 90 days. I've had more impressions on my content, 72.6% versus what it was prior 90, and new followers, 113, which is huge for me.
I've definitely noticed a difference, Lynda, and I think I said that to you last time we talked. That I see
Yeah,
such a big difference in your post, and I love your old posts because I'm such a creative. I love your new posts because they're making a difference for you and for your
yeah.
business and where you're headed. So, congrats.
It's helped me decide how long to make things too. I think that I tend to make things too long, and little snippets work much better than long things. So we're at the point right now where I want you to think about actually taking Manus for a ride. I don't want you to overthink it, but pick something that you need help with. Even if you just need a sounding board, that could be one thing. Let's say you're having your proposals, you're not getting any results with your proposals. And it can start as simply as saying, something is wrong here. I need to give you all my information and we need to come up with a strategy to make it better. That's a good starting point. You are best off being kind of clear about your goals, even if they seem way out there. I mean, the fact that I would fill every class is down the road, but I went ahead and put it out there, and that puts me in the direction of getting it. So think big, open your mind, think about what you want that's out there. And you could actually open up a Manus account, and I think there's is it free? I think there's a free one, or there's a lower level cost one. And you could put that stuff in there and have it within 3 or 4 hours or less and know where you're going by tomorrow, which is kind of exciting. Now, there's one other thing that I learned that's made a huge difference for me. It's called creating personas. And I think Kinga already knows a little bit about this from another group. But I felt like when I made decisions, I mentioned this earlier, I didn't have enough information. So I actually created a whole board for my company. And it has a range of people from, someone who handles the economy, a financial person. I have someone who has relationships with galleries, uh, a social media strategist, and I created each one of these using Manus, and I gave them attributes that would make it so whatever the results are, I was covering all the bases that were important to me. So I did make it all women because I just would prefer that, but I have, different genders. I mean, what's the right way to say this? My daughter would do much better with this. It covers everyone's uniqueness, including where they come from and who they love and what they wear and their ability to handle risk. And when I have a problem or I'm wanting to do something, I go to this group and I throw that information out to them. And I say, I don't know, what do I need to know? What am I not asking? What am I missing? And it provides a very well-rounded view of whatever the decision is I'm thinking of making, and I can make a better decision. And that's one of the things. I have an Agents for Artists mini course. You can see if you wanted to know more. But that's one of the big things I want to teach artists so they aren't alone. It's a board of personas. And I also would teach more of the workflows. And the goal would be that you would also be able to connect with other artists who are using Manus. And I think that that's a hole in the whole area of Manus. Most people using Manus are on the tech side of things. And I think that artists can come up with some very unique ways of making their business better and even their art better. I have, it's wide open. So I actually wanted to offer you guys a class for 50% off. And it's only for today's attendees because you guys sat and listened to me for 45 minutes or so. And I also threw in a one-on-one strategy session. So if if you're not sure how to use what we're learning, I'm happy to give you a hand. You can go and sign up if you're interested, at my website, which is lindacathcart.com and /curious shop. And the discount code is easy to remember. It's She Is AI. And I hope you felt the excitement that I feel about this. It's just life changing. I ask it everything. I still use chat for little things, but the big things to make decisions and expand myself and my business, I've really used Manus. So I wanted to make sure we had some time for questions. We do. That's not too bad, actually. I'm here. Ask me some questions. I want to be able to pull up the chat. Thanks for putting that up, Amanda. That's awfully nice. If you guys also want to take yourself off mute, that's fine. I feel much better having a back and forth. It seems impersonal.
Thank you so much, Lynda.
Sure. Does anybody have any ideas about what they'd like to use it for? That's something I didn't mention. I mean, is anybody writing grants? Is anybody looking for money for their business through grants? That sort of thing.
Can it do VC work, like prep pitch deck
Yep.
for venture capital? Interesting.
But it would be a bigger picture thing. Like you could get a pitch deck through chat, but if you wanted, you would say to Manus, okay, this company, I'm speaking here or I'm presenting, and this is where I'm going. These are the people who will be in the audience. This is the topic. Give me an idea of all the things I should be talking to them about. And you can get very specific. You can say, these are all Midwesterners. These are all men. These are all Republicans. These are all Democrats, and it helps you make better decisions about what you're going to say and what you're going to show. And you will be able to ask it to make the deck, but the big picture is that whatever is in that information will be more directed to the people you want to reach.
How much time would you say this saves you every week now that you're doing it this way?
Using this and Blotato together has been, I think, what for me, I wasn't posting enough, and it has made it easier. I've taken less time than I was before. Probably for me, I was spending maybe 10 to 15 hours a week putting things together and trying to post it, but I wasn't very efficient at all. And
Nice.
using this has probably reduced it to about 5 hours. If I sit down and I just push
At
this stuff out, and that's posting more. So it's not really accurate. I'm trying to, with Potato, you can schedule when you want to post. So I'm trying to create things. Oh, and what I love is that it goes out and finds things that I forgot I had. And I had it also, I wanted to do a case study like I did here. And I put that information. I said, but I don't have one. And the answer was, yes, you do. You have all these things, because it knew all about what I was doing. And so it helped me actually look at what I had already done, the work I'd already done, and make better use of it. Because I think we have much more out there, for me at least, that I'm not using.
You have a question from I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Anya, and I see Jamie gave her, thank you, Jamie gave her the website to talk about Blotato. She's asking what is Blotato? And I also want to recognize Raquel talking about a VCPE persona. I definitely want to hear about that too.
Now, a VCPE, I'm a little slow in the draw on that one. What is VCPE?
Venture capitalist private equity.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
my world. So I have, since I was in investment banking for years, back before Manus and all that, that's one of the first personas that I created to share with some of my former clients, and where I do startup incubators to help them come up with personas to
oh, that's cool.
run there, especially in small businesses, from the legal persona to the marketing, all of that. So
Yeah, and I have a lawyer on mine. I have an economist.
mhm.
I have an investment manager. I think I've got like 12 people on it. Raquel, what questions are you asking it to do?
Well, it's like for mine, it's when I do the persona, it's my persona start out as a long document of I'm saying this is who you are, and understanding the language of the VCPE world. So I incorporate all of that in my persona,
Hmm.
and it may shift based on the industry and, like you said, the region of who they are presenting. And so that has literally lived in my chat histories
Uh-huh.
since the beginning 3 years of like when I started Chat GPT, and I just copied and paste those, and I would put that in there and then start to say, okay, well, now you are presenting to a room of
Oh, yeah.
investors going after this amount, present it for this, or you're trying to take it to this series, or like, so it depends on what the startup is going after, if it's seed funding, if it's a
Yeah.
later rounder funding, but it had been set in there from the beginning, and then I just put questions in based on what it's for.
Do you have more than one persona that you work with or just one?
I have probably like 50 different personas for
That's
50
wonderful.
different personalities. Yeah.
Do you keep based on the group or whatever your specific situation is, do you have like one that's seed money persona, one that's um rich guy tech bro
Yeah.
persona?
Well, mine is the sultry rich billionaire woman. So I have those different personas for, yeah, I don't know that. Even though I do have like the persona, like the my gay male friend, my
I
gay
have that
best male
too.
friend, who's like telling me how to deal with it. So I do have that persona that
And
I
it
put,
makes a
but no, so
difference.
it does. So I would put I create my persona in like a Google Doc or something, and the language, and
Yeah.
then I just copy and paste it and put it in the chat or whatever from the beginning. And then I just have my different conversations organized on my chat or my file, or if it's Perplexity, whatever, I have it organized. And then I go to that different thread and will put my question in it from there.
It you're using chat or perplexity. Does it organize the results kind of like what you saw with Manus, where it went to like a
It
website and
doesn't organize it, but since I started that from the beginning, I had been doing that from the beginning. So since what I've done, like when chat just first came on, that's how I learned to use it, by creating personas. And so then as I've moved to tool, I take some of those personas and put it and just drop it into that tool, since
Mhm.
I've learned like this is what I want, and I drop it into that tool at the very beginning, and then I start asking my questions of that tool. But
So
no, as far as like a chat, it won't organize it out like Manus
yeah.
in that sense.
Do they talk to each other? Whoops, everybody's on hold. We have
Then I
thunder
will take
here.
that persona and drop it
Whoops.
into that tool to get it organized. But that's what I'm saying. So my personas travel with me.
That's cool.
I think that was one of the questions about, here it is. Amanda, have you plugged in any integrations with Manus?
I actually I haven't had to. It seems like it's sort of self-contained. Everything that I've asked it to do, it was able to do by itself, to tell you the truth. For me, the part that would be great is if there was a connection between Blotato and Manus for posting information, but I haven't seen that yet. Sabrina's always working on things. It's the person who created it. That might be down the road, but it isn't that hard. I mean, as long as you've got an idea. For me, the hardest part is what do I post? What am I supposed to do right now? And it takes care of that problem for me. One less thing.
Love it.
I've just, as an idea, put a prompt into ChatGPT because I'm like, where do I even start with Manus? I know it's got lots of templates and recipes, whatever they call it, and I'm like, which one to pick, where to start? And I would get like, oh my God, a candy store of like possible automation use cases, right? So I'm just like, ChatGPT, you know everything. So tell me what my top use cases are. And pretty much it's just like the content creation funnel in video creation, and it reckons it can plug in to go high level and you can automate your whole funnel and social media onboarding. It could take voice notes and turn it into a little AI avatar video, which you could then put into social media, create some content, create blog posts, automate that, automate your funnel, email onboarding sequences, all of that thing, like all of the time consuming stuff that it can just, like you've showed us, take all your content and voice, turn it into something and spit it out, because that seems to be like some of the most time consuming stuff to do.
Your
So I'm
posts,
gonna
I know
see.
that you're posting more often. I can see it. I mean, and they're good. They're beautiful posts. Everything is just pristine. I forgot to tell you one other thing I used it for. I used it to write my course, the whole course. Like I wrote a course that is different modules all the way from, how to use how to make an image using Midjourney to how to sell your film. And I said, this is what I want. And it wrote the whole thing. At least it gave me this. It might not be exactly what I want. I haven't gone through each piece yet, but it organized it. It asked questions, and it ended up being a much better breakdown for me to work with.
That's what I've heard a lot of people using it for, that I've
Yeah.
really for it, but I haven't had the time to dig
Yeah, if you're a
into it.
Blotato affiliate, put it in there, Flory. Go ahead. In this presentation, he helped me with this presentation. In fact, I guess I had one made and I wasn't happy with it. So I went in and said, something's wrong here. Can you help me? And I spent like the last 3 hours updating it so that it would be more focused on what is real, what I was doing versus just talking about it.
Linda, you mentioned on the sign up that so it's on the 24th, but I wanted to sign up, remember, for your CapCut class.
Yes,
And you have them
yes.
both listed on the 24th. So are
Oh
you
my
moving the
goodness.
cap? Are you moving the CapCut class? What's going on here? I gotta catch you, or is
Cap,
that combined?
CapCut is on the 24th, and the agents class hasn't been scheduled yet. I was kind of waiting to see what the interest was in it before I actually scheduled it. So if you want to do that, I would,
Oh, that's
you
not
know,
that's not what we're signing up for now.
you are signing up the um for the agents for artists class now. That's the She Is AI 50% off. But
That's on the 24th.
no, it's not scheduled yet. So that's a little
It's on
confusing.
your page.
Where does it say it?
On the page.
Oh, Okay, well, it's not the 24th. Let me put this in here so everybody knows.
I want it all is what I'm saying.
CapCut is
Just tell me when to beware.
4.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be at both classes at the same time if you're going to be at both classes at the same time.
Okay, that's what it is. Agents for Artists is not scheduled yet, but you guys can sign up and I'll go ahead and schedule things. I guess I should have put the cart before the horse, and then CapCut 7/24. And CapCut's fun too. And the way I teach is I like to hear feedback as we go through, and I'd like you guys to be able to work and ask questions and see if you can't get something by the time you're done that you can use. You're very sweet, Christina. Thank you. That's awfully nice. You guys have been just so great. And I was just like freaking out. The dog was running. My husband was chewing ice in the corner, and that drives me up the wall. So I'm, love menopause. Menopause is so great. I can hear a pin drop in another room, and he chews the ice, and I'm going to kill him. So I am very grateful that you all were patient with me going through this, and I'd love to see you guys in this class. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, all go and support Lynda's classes and all of your things that you've got coming up. They look amazing, Lynda, and that was super helpful in giving us some real great demo case study there to move forward with. And I'm actually going to go and play with Manus today, and me and Rachel will actually use it for something and see what it can spit out for us.
I have a couple bonus things for Manus that you can use, like get an extra. It's like you get coins or tokens, and you use them for each one of the projects that you do. And I have a little code that you can get an extra one. I don't know how many I have left. I might have 3. But if anybody's interested, just throw your email in the chat, and I will send it to you so you guys can use it. And I can ask for more maybe and send some more to you guys.
Can I ask a really naive question? This is going to show how bad I am at agents, but I'll go ahead and ask anyway, because, well, she'll figure it out.
I didn't know anything.
I signed up for Manus a long time ago and could not get it to connect to I just couldn't get it to work at all. And so I just went in to see, and I'm like, maybe I have the wrong Manus. So what's the extension? Is it manus.io, manus.ai?
I think
What
it's
is it?
manus.io.
Manus.im/app. I'll just drop it in the
I
chat.
wonder if it's different in every country as well, because when I clicked on the Manus.io and went to log in, it started asking me to download a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I'm not downloading
Well,
anything
wait a
else. I don't want
minute.
my computer crashing.
This
I
is
went to, yeah, that's the link in the chat where I am. Manus.im, yeah.
Yeah.
Manus.im.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you
go
get
check that
AI.
out.
That's their front-facing website, but the .im is obviously the app itself, and this is like their website. So there's a few different URLs.
Got it.
Yeah, they have
Thank
a few different
you.
websites.
Yeah,
Got it.
Jennifer's at the same place. Yeah, that's what we are. So try that one, Deanna. Does it?
I'll
And
give it a
yeah, give it a go. If you have trouble, just let me know, Deanna. We
AI.ai.
can work it
Okay,
out.
got it.
And
Now,
I want to throw out that I'm here if you guys ever have questions, or if I can help, I will try to help. The best thing is to get in there and play. Just play.
awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Lynda.
Yeah. Any other thoughts or questions, guys, as we wrap up? But no, any takers, any hands? Any last note?
This
I
is
think
so enlightening, Lynda, and you've been telling us about it for ages. Why didn't we listen?
You're very sweet.
Yeah.
It just makes a difference in how much work you have to do. And like Amanda was saying, connecting this with Blotato is like, boom, it's like it makes it powerful and easier. I mean, what's better than that?
Yeah. No, that is incredible, Lynda. I just want to say thank you.
Thank
from
you.
us on behalf of running that and taking the time and showing us all that. And thank you for your help. And it was amazing. And thanks everyone for coming to join us and being part of this chat. And hopefully you can all come in school and drop in what you're building in Manus, and hopefully everyone takes something away from today. We always hope to make these actionable and that you implement something that's going to help everyone. So look forward to seeing your use cases and what you've built in next week. By the time next week, everyone will be on automation rails. So it'll be
Hey,
awesome.
Amanda, can we do a quick shout out? Although we're losing people.
Yes.
I was going to say, if we've got ambassadors that want to show off their work at PJ's Film Fashion Week, I don't know if you want to do a quick shout out on that. Because we do have some entries coming in, but I'd love to showcase everybody's.
I gotta do mine. I gotta do mine.
Yeah.
That's
We're
tonight.
good time. It's not over.
Yep, all get in there. I think Deanna's posted about it as well on socials and in school, and definitely get in there, guys. That the door's open, everyone participate. It'll be really exciting. We're
Is
here
that
to just
until the 15th?
Yeah, that's the one that's due on the
The
15th.
submissions? The
Ooh,
15th,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's
Yep.
around the corner.
And it doesn't cost a thing, and you can promote your name, your brand, your QR code, whatever you want to do. And from what I understand, this is his third fashion show that he's been asked to run, and he gets quite a crowd. So it's a really great chance to get your work in front of some new eyes, which is nice.
Are we supposed to use one of the platforms that, like Neural or Pimento,
No,
or can we
you can
just
use whatever
do it
you want.
the way we want to? Okay.
You can do whatever you want. You can use existing images. Good night with your formal Fridays. You have so many images, you could just go pull and be done. I mean,
you
they're
have to-
beautiful.
oh gosh.
Do you have to supply like what the materials are or anything?
No, no, he's just doing a 20-minute kind of showcase at the end of the live show to show the people that don't understand what AI is, what's possible with fashion. So he is open to anything. It needs to be summer themed or bathing suit, swimwear themed, but it doesn't have to be bathing suit. It can be summer as well. Other than that, go for it.
That sounds wonderful.
Yep.
Just put it. There's a link
Thank
to the
you
post,
all.
Deanna, put it in school and with a picture of the details,
Yes.
for you guys, and it's also on social media. But yeah, get in there. Be a great initiative. Yeah, so we've got the community. We've also got the fashion that I hope you guys are entering. We've got the summit coming up on the 25th of July.
Summit. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait. I can't.
It'll be great. Amazing speakers. Raquel, hello. You know, everyone in that lineup is incredible. So it'll be a phenomenal day. Yeah, so I hope you can all join us for that. What else we got, Deanna? Here's the thing, just make sure everyone's got all the links and all the events in their calendar. Yeah.
Would you put the link for the summit? Would you mind just throwing that up there?
Yeah.
Can you get to it easily?
If you can, I'll go and take a look.
Yeah.
I can also send it to you, Linda. I just sent it to someone else I talked to today.
Okay. Oh, look, man, that's so great that you put Fashion Week stuff in there. Now I could go right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I just
and we'll
don't
try and
wanna
get some
miss
more
the
links
summit.
out to you guys and obvious in school. Make it really easy for you guys to find. So yeah, just summit.sharesai or fashion.sharesai in this one, Fashion Week. So get in there. Any questions, check in with Deanna. But yeah, you guys jump on that. It's a great opportunity.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Linda, so much. So appreciate
Take
you.
care of
Linda. Have a
yourselves.
good
Thank you
week.
again, Linda. Thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you, Linda.
See
Thank you.
soon.
Take care, guys.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye.